I'm meteorologist Larry Rice. A little better air quality across the state
thank
today.
goodness.
Even though you may see some smoke, we at least had a weather system that scoured it out. There's a cold front that sort of draped right across central Montana and flow. What we do have is we've got this flow that's coming up around the high pressure system. We're in the sweet spot of the high. That means drier weather, but it also means problems for areas like Oregon, where they have the nation's largest wildfire going. Another problem with thunderstorms down here, and some of that may be sneaking its way into areas of eastern Washington. There's a pretty potent fall storm right now off the coast of British Columbia. Eventually, that's going to sweep into the state just in time for your Labor Day holiday weekend for cooler temperatures. So if you're planning to be out on the boat or maybe doing some hunting this weekend, of course, hunting season getting started, boy, you're going to have to dress for it. Not that it's going to be bitter Arctic cold. Don't want to scare you. It's not that kind of a system, but it's going to be much different from what you've been used to over the past several weekends. Severe weather continuing, and just get a load of what's happening to our neighbors in the south. This is in the vicinity of Cheyenne, Carpenter, Wyoming, courtesy of Weather Nation, and that is a tornado. Farther to the north, let's go to Big Sky Viper again, because we have brand new severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for northeastern Park County, and portions of Bighorn County now under a tornado warning until 6:45. It's the red box you see here just off to the west of Graybull. This one just between Red Lodge and Bridger has a tremendous hail signature here. We're looking at the likelihood of at least possibly 1-inch hail right now. You can see the core on this storm is just huge. And Columbus, Big Timber, also getting some of these big storms. And you see how they're converging into the Billings area, which is already experiencing some strong gusty winds. Some lows dipping down below freezing. That's West Yellowstone at 29 Sunday morning. And I mentioned the snow. This is our computer forecast as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Again, these are not affecting the passes, but down to about 7,000 feet, you could see as much as, maybe 1.5 inches to 5 inches of snow. Let's take a look right now outside here in Seattle. Gorgeous sunshine. You can see some clouds off in the distance. Not to worry, not our problem here. That's all to the south of us, and got a little bit of a haze out there right now. Gorgeous day here in Seattle. Let's take a look at our current conditions. 82 degrees right now. SeaTac Airport. We've got a steady barometer right now holding at 30.10, 37% humidity. That's not bad here in the northwest at all. And a beautiful view from Lake Crescent out there on the Olympic Peninsula. Good day to be out on the water. The Narrows, a little bit of a haze out there. Not a problem at all. It is a very warm day, so you get that haze that builds up during the afternoon. Our friends up in Canada, Vancouver, BC, also enjoying a great day out on the water as well. And Lake Wenatchee dealing with some of the smoke, but at least they're not dealing with the extreme heat just yet. That's in the cards for you later on this week. Temperatures across western Washington this hour in the 70s and 80s, 83 in Seattle. We've got 81 Friday Harbor, 77 on the coast at Forks, and our high today, 83 degrees. 1998, we had a record high of 95, so we're above average, but way below what we could be with the kind of heat we've seen around here. We don't have that real strong offshore flow. What we do have is we've got this flow that's coming up around the high pressure system. We're in the sweet spot of the high. That means drier weather, but it also means problems for areas like Oregon, where they have the nation's largest wildfire going. Another problem with thunderstorms down here, and some of that may be sneaking its way into areas of eastern Washington as we head through the next couple of days. As we take a look at this high pressure system, it's going to hold on for a long time, believe me, all week long, and that means we stay dry. We're also going to see this flow of moisture continue up from the south, and that is going to continue the threat of thunderstorms east of us. And we may even see a couple of our mountains. Tonight, 50s. It's going to cool down. Good sleeping weather, and then tomorrow warming up again. We're going to see temperatures well into the mid-80s across the metro area. Kent 86, about 82 in Everett. Temperatures in the south up to about 88 Chehalis, close to 90 Kelso. And for the north, well, we'll be a little bit cooler out toward the Strait. Victoria, BC, 73, about 74 at Squim, 81 for Bellingham. On the coast, again, you're going to see more sunshine than low clouds. Normally you'd get that ocean breeze. Not the case for tomorrow. Another temperature in the 70s for Forks, 75 Ocean Shores. Our forecast around the eastern areas tomorrow, we're going to see 88 for Issaquah. Temperatures east into the mountains with 92 Cle Elum, 101 Wenatchee. Chelan at 101, that freezing level way up there to show you the kind of warmth that we're dealing with. Eastern Washington, it's getting hot, and it will continue to stay hot with triple-digit heat across much of the region. Our extended forecast shows a bit of a cool down as we head toward Wednesday and Thursday with temperatures in the low 80s, but that's still well above average for this time of year. But again, we could see a couple of isolated mountain thunderstorms popping into Tuesday. And the problem with that, guys, is that is Usually pretty dry lightning around here and gusty winds. We don't get the rainfall that we had last week. We had all that beneficial rain that helped the firefighters. Not going to happen with this kind of system.
We could use that.
We absolutely could. And I know it's really hot during the day, but at least it's cool at night.
It does, and the lower humidity at night helps as well.
Absolutely.
All right.
Is a ridge of high pressure that'll build in with some warmer air, but later this week that storm will make its approach, and we're likely going to see some rain. Strong storms right along the southern flank of this particular cell. There is some rotation in here, and this red box that you see here, that area is a tornado watch. It includes a little portion of Chavez County and Lee County. That tornado watch is in
a full day ahead. And yesterday, obviously, we were talking a little bit about the problems of severe weather. I should say Larry Rice is here today. Rob Cook somehow getting the day off. And we're glad to have you in from Albuquerque.
Thank you. And the severe weather threat diminished overnight, and the concern became flooding. And there are a couple of counties right along the western edge of Minnesota that are looking at a flood watch till about noon. You're looking at dry conditions right now in the Twin Cities from our Minneapolis Skycan at the Nicollet Mall. But get ready, because rain is on the way. And right now, SkyMax is tracking the rain, and it is moving to the east, and probably sometime before 9 o'clock, this will be swinging in.
In the low 60s, and then the weather that we got so used to, we're going to be back to that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s and a little bit of morning low cloudiness with mostly sunny skies in the afternoon. It is very hot out here, and it's also very hot officially at the Albuquerque Sunport. And that's because we've tied our record for this date, as I showed you in the data bank just a few minutes ago. Notice he can talk and flip burgers at the same time without causing bodily harm.
It has a history of producing large hail. In fact, some of the Doppler radar hail signatures that I'm seeing on here, hail as large as 3 inches in diameter. This is like bigger than baseballs, folks. We're talking about a huge storm here. When we see that kind of rotation, there's always the possibility we could see some weak tornadoes, and hence the reason for that tornado watch in that area. Another view on the radar. This is a way we can track the motion of the storm, and what's happened now is the storms are actually moving east-southeast right now, and that's why most of the worst of this weather will be into Lee County within the next hour, and the gust of wind coming from those storms rolling through Santa Rosa kick the winds up to about 25 miles an hour. Why is Albuquerque so popular? It's because of the box effect, and what happens here is when conditions are ideal, we get a north surface wind, carries the balloons as they launch to the south, picks up a south wind in the upper layers of the atmosphere. The balloons start traveling north once again. Pilots let the envelopes cool, and then those balloons come back around, and with the right conditions, it can land back at the field, and that's what's known as the Albuquerque box. And we've seen time after time when that box is in effect, those balloons just hover over the field, and it is a spectacular sight.